Let's take a moment to examine Black entrepreneurship and raising the standard of success for Black entrepreneurs and the steps necessary to accomplish this goal. It's estimated that in the United States, more than 1 in 5 Black adults believe that owning a business is critical and crucial to achieving financial success and security, according to a 2023 Pew Research survey. With Black-owned businesses steadily rising within the United States, they still make up a small percentage of the revenue and overall firms across the country, according to federal data. It's estimated that Black-owned businesses only make up approximately 3% of U.S. businesses and firms that were classifiable by race and ethnicity, and accounted for only 1% of classified revenue going into the end of 2021. Now, as Black-owned businesses continue to grow, they're also an economic driver of jobs. According to the Pew Research Center, Black-owned businesses were responsible for employing 1.4 million workers in 2021, averaging a annual gross revenue of $53.6 billion. Still, Black-owned businesses tend to be smaller and have an average of 10 to 14 employees. And a total of just 3% had 50 or more employees. One person that's on a mission to change just that is my friend Arias WebsterBerry. He's on a mission to help 1,000 entrepreneurs make $100,000 or more, and helping 100 entrepreneurs make more than $1 million by 2026. By leveraging his experience in digital marketing and strategic growth. He's the founder and CEO of WebsterBerry Marketing, where he focuses on igniting funnels, ignition of AI or artificial intelligence, that unleashes a platform which allows entrepreneurs to automate and accelerate their growth. He comes from humble beginnings with a father who died when he was 13 years old at the side of the road, and a mother who was routinely incarcerated. But through it all, he came out the other side and became a successful entrepreneurial story. And he joined me this week to talk about how to cultivate more opportunities for success for African American entrepreneurs and creating the conditions for them to thrive. I'm Kevin McShann. Let's have this conversation. If you're ready, I'll take a moment to welcome you to the program. And I'm super excited to learn all about your journey in entrepreneurship, my friend. Great to see you, and happy Tuesday to you, my friend.
Happy Tuesday.
Absolutely. Now, Arias, I know that you head up your own digital marketing firm, but I also know that you come from humble beginnings, my friend, and it's important to you to celebrate a Black entrepreneurship, my friend. So tell me about your journey, my friend, and what makes you so fabulous.
I would say that my journey, I don't know if it was fabulous. I mean, I'm here, but it was definitely a test early on. I grew up with a single mother. My dad struggled with drug abuse and addiction. He was in and out of jail, so he wasn't around a lot. So it made things difficult early on, and add on top of that, that me and my mom moved around a lot. So before I was 18, we had moved in. We had lived in 3 cities, 2 states, and 12 different houses. So lots of movement, lots of uncertainty. And once I was 13, my freshman year in high school, we found that my father passed away. He was killed on the side of the road in an altercation with police officers, and it was tough. It was very tough, especially it being my first year in high school. I'm trying to become a man, as they say, and it was rough. But in that, I learned resilience. I learned that things are never as bad as you think they are. It taught me that I was stronger than I thought I was. It also taught me that I can make my way through anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Arias, tell me, how do you define both life and entrepreneurial resilience, my friend? What does the concept of resilience mean to you?
I mean, it means that no matter what hardship, challenge, or obstacle is placed in your path, you still figure out a way to keep going forward. You keep striving, and in personal and in business, that's what life is about. That's what being a human is about. Many times things don't go our way. Many times um, we don't get as much as we thought, and it doesn't happen in our time. But if you're resilient, it allows you to keep moving forward, no matter how long it takes.
Yeah, when we talk about the idea of adversity in entrepreneurship, my friend, I'm curious, how do you think we can overcome adversity in entrepreneurship? And I'll give you a quick example. So, Arias, I became a motivational speaker out of a necessity because when I graduated college, I was rejected 10 times when I applied to become a sports reporter because I was born with cerebral palsy. So I had to learn about resilience early on in life. And when I was 9 years old, buddy, I found out that I wouldn't be able to walk for the duration of my life
Hmm.
without assistance. So I've always had to sort of redefine my version of prosperity. And I'm curious, as a black entrepreneur, what does it mean to you to redefine your own version of prosperity in business?
I would say that redefining my own version of prosperity in business. I think it's a lot of times, especially here in the states, we define success as having the big house and the big car and the flashy watch and the attractive spouse, and that's not for everyone. That's not everyone's definition of success. Not everyone wants the flashy car and house. And for me, my definition of success is one, doing something that I love and contributing value to the people that I serve, and also just being able to take care of me and my family long term, right? Being able to leave a legacy and leave um, my children and my children's children with more than I started with. I don't think that the children should be given everything, but I think that they should be giving something to start with. And for me, those are the most important things. All the trappings and the trips and the cars and the money and all that stuff. That's nice. It's great. But the biggest thing is being able to contribute value and being able to leave a legacy for my family.
Yeah, absolutely. And Arias, you mentioned about your upbringing, and I'm curious to ask you, how do you think you closed the leadership gap in your life without your dad, buddy? How do you think you have developed a sense of your own sense of leadership, despite the fact that you didn't have your dad in your life, my friend?
I think I did so poorly and slowly.
Fair enough.
I think it took me a long time to get my footing. You know, from him passing in high school and then going on to college, and also having my mom be incarcerated, so I lost her as a support system. It took a toll, and I was angry, and I was kind of rudderless for a while, and I believe that I wasted a lot of time, acting out and not realizing that this was my response to kind of some of the cards that I was dealt. So that's why I say, purely and slowly. I'm sorry, poorly and slowly. But eventually, I realized that I loved marketing and that I was good at it, and I could make a living at it, and it gave me a sense of purpose. And in doing that, I had to learn how to be a leader. I had to learn how to lead a team. I had to learn how to lead myself. I had to learn how to teach myself to be disciplined and focused and on time and a man of my word. You make enough mistakes, you realize that you have to get some of those things right, and you have to do so consistently.
Yeah, absolutely, my friend. And I know that you found your passion and your purpose as the founder and CEO of WebsterBerry Marketing, my friend, when you help entrepreneurs and business people automate and accelerate their growth, my friend, by using AI and other funnels, my friend. So tell me about your marketing company and what sets it apart, my friend.
Yeah, so WebsterBerry Marketing, it's been in existence for about 8 years, and we focus on helping businesses generate leads and then turning those leads into dollars. We do that through a variety of ways. We have a public relations division where we help people get on TV shows and newspapers and podcasts and all that kind of stuff. We also have a social media management team that takes over your social media and makes it shine and pulls people to you organically. And we also have an ad team. So we do paid ads, both on social media and legacy media. So I think what sets us apart is, one, we're Black owned. All of our clients are Black. And we take a very mixed media dynamic approach to all of the campaigns that we launch.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Arias, what do you think is the key to leveraging your experience to get noticed, my friend? What are your thoughts there?
You said leveraging what?
Your expertise, your experience, when you work with people, how do you help them leverage their experience to get noticed, my friend, and gain more exposure?
That's a great question. I appreciate that question. Yeah, I mean, most people are talented in one thing or another, and if you're smart, you take that talent or that thing that you're really interested in or passionate about, and you turn that passion into profit. We do a great job of helping people publicize their expertise. So we help people get into magazines and get them, interviews so that they can, display their expertise. We also do a great job of helping people record thought leadership and record content that allows them to display their expertise and their depth of knowledge. And then we take that and we schedule it to go out and we publish it as many places as possible and try to get them collaborations with various creators. When you do all of those things consistently and you do it over a period of time, it becomes clear that you know your stuff. It becomes clear that you have a track record of thought leadership and kind of leading your industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that your entrepreneurial journey, you say, is built on a story of grit, determination, and unwavering belief to overcome adversity, my friend. So, how do you define grit and determination, and how has it been a leading edge in your story, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, grit and determination are just you never saying quit. You never being willing to give up on your dream or yourself or your company or your employees or your family. And I definitely wasn't given a silver spoon. I don't have any politicians in my family or any doctors or lawyers, and we definitely don't have any subscriptions to country clubs. So everything that I got on my own. I got through just figuring it out, and in doing that, I made a lot of mistakes. I made tons of mistakes. I've started companies, I've lost companies, I've been bankrupt, I've been homeless, I've done the gamut, right? I've made a lot of mistakes, but eventually I got a lot of things right, and that's just because I wasn't willing to give up on myself or give up on my dream.
Yeah, absolutely. And Arias, I know that you've helped to generate over $112 million in revenue for your clients, my friend. So I'm curious, what do you think has been the key to consistently generating revenue for the people that you collaborate with, my friend? Fred, what's been your secret sauce, my friend?
The secret sauce, I would say it's that we get into their business. We really get deep into it, and we try to build systems and frameworks, like you said earlier, automation. So, a lot of marketing companies, they're just like, "Hey, we'll do your social media. We'll get you a whole lot of likes. We'll get you some shares. We'll get you some new followers." Those things are great. They're great performance indicators that people like your content. But at the end of the day, a business needs revenue to survive. And what we focus on is building systems on the back end that help you take the attention and the likes and the followers and all those different things and convert that into revenue. So using automation, using CRMs, using AI responders to automate the process of reaching out to customers and responding has been a big differentiator for us. And, coupling that with all the other things that we do with social media ads and social media management has really set us apart from our competition.
Yeah, and Arias, how do you define success as a black entrepreneur? Because being black and being in business, there are certain challenges that other races don't have to sort of experience. So, how do you define being a successful African American entrepreneur? What does that mean to you, my friend?
I mean, I define it in the fact that all of my current clients are African American or of African American descent. We have hundreds of clients, and the fact that not that we discriminate or anything, we don't turn down money, but our target, our focus, our passion is for Black entrepreneurs. There are a lot of people that do digital marketing, a lot of digital marketing gurus, people that write books that are of other ethnicities. There are very few that look like me. There are even fewer that look like me that also service people who look like me. So I see that as success. I see helping Black businesses grow and scale, and add value to their market as a success. And our ultimate goal is to be the number one African American agency in the United States, and we want to be in the top 10 in the world as far as all marketing agencies. So that's how I define it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that you're on a mission to help over 1,000 entrepreneurs make over $100,000 or more with your mission, my friend, to turn them into millionaires by 2026, my friend. So tell me how the mission is going and what's your plan to see it come to life, my friend. What are your thoughts there?
It's going well. We are on track. It's the beginning of 2025 now, so we've got a little under 2 years to hit this goal of ours, what we call our 100K. I'm sorry, 100X impact. We're about 10% of the way. We started the third or fourth quarter of last year. We're about 10% of the way, and we are steady going forward. And what are we doing to hit it? Well, we are doing stuff like this. We're coming to talk to Kevin McShane and talk to his audience and reach out to entrepreneurs and people that are interested in scaling their business, growing their business, hitting their first six figures and seven figures and beyond.
Yeah, so let's talk about creating a strategic vision in business. And what do you think that means in terms of leveraging success, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, my strategic vision, right, with 100x impact. I believe that the world needs more big dreamers, people with big vision. And when I came up with that idea, I had no idea how we were. Well, I won't say I had no idea, but it seemed like a very far off goal. But that's the thing about dreams and visions. They need to be beyond you. They need to exceed your grasp. And when you do that, even if you don't hit your goal, and let's say you hit half of it, you've accomplished something massive. When you create small goals and you miss your goals, well, no one really notices because you didn't stretch yourself enough. So I think it's important for people to make big strategic goals and take a big swing at it. And even if you don't hit it, you've accomplished way more than you ever thought that you would.
Yeah, absolutely. And Arias, what do you think it means to create business conditions for African American business owners to succeed? What do you think it'll take to create the conditions in business for Black business owners to succeed, my friend?
Um, I think the only condition is just more collaboration, right? A lot of times when you hear people in minority spaces, they talk about equity, but they talk about equity of outcome instead of equity of opportunity. And I'm very much for equity of opportunity. I don't think you should force equity and outcome. I think the best thing that we can do to create conditions for Black entrepreneurs to thrive and succeed is to foster an environment of greater collaboration. If you can get more people working together, if you can get more people working together more frequently, greatness will ensue. Whenever you put two smart people or three smart people in a room that are motivated to get things done, magic happens. And if we can get more of us in a space and to cooperate with each other and support each other and collaborate and lend a hand, well, there's no limit to what we can achieve.
Yeah, and so to that point, I'm also curious to ask you about breaking down barriers to that equal opportunity. Because, Arias, as I mentioned before, I was born with cerebral palsy, and I talk to businesses all the time about creating a condition for, a more inclusive workforce with minimal effort, my friend. And the first thing I tell businesses is that smarts are an equally distributable commodity because no matter how many degrees on a wall you have, you can always learn from somebody else. But sometimes access to opportunity isn't. So how do you think we can break down barriers to opportunity, my friend?
That's a good one. There was a time where we tried to use bureaucracy and law to level the playing field, and some say that it worked and some say that it didn't. I'm not gonna deliberate, but I think that the best way to do that is to educate. Right, you need to get more people um, to have more connections with people that are different than them. It's very easy for you to villainize someone that you don't know, that you don't come into contact with regularly. You make up all of these stories, or you take other people's characterization of them and you internalize them and you make it your own. and it's easy to make them the bad guy, or to say that they're unworthy. But when you are coming face to face with that group or that type of person yourself, um, it softens you. It makes you realize that you have more in common with them than you thought. And it also makes it hard for you to hate. It makes it hard for you to build barriers. And it makes it more likely that you'll build bridges.
Yeah, absolutely. And just finally on that point, for people or for employers in a corporate space who are looking to diversify their workforces, I'm curious to also ask you about the positive benefits you think that come with hiring people with disabilities. So, what would be your message to corporate America today about the importance of diversifying their workforce with people with disabilities? What are your thoughts there?
I would say if you want to motivate your team, you should be hiring people with disabilities, because I've worked with people with disabilities, and they're some of the hardest working people you'll see. They show up early, they stay late. And when your other employees are looking at them and saying, hey, you're doing the same job that I'm doing, and you have a disability, and you may even be doing it better than me, it lights a fire under their butt to say, well, I should be trying harder, right? Because I have no excuses, right? And someone who lots of people would say have an excuse is still outperforming me. I think that it puts things into perspective, and it makes them want to try harder.
Yeah, absolutely. And Arias, I know that you work with your clients in a variety of different ways to get them exposure, from magazine articles to podcasts to writing books and appearing on television shows. So how do you help them sort of determine the right medium to sort of maximize their experience? Because the media market can get saturated sometimes. So talk to me about the importance of really knowing the audience and the platform that you have to deliver your messages, because doing a little bit of research beforehand helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, we do a lot of research. When we're doing with our clients, we really want to figure out what their goals are, and if there are any specific initiatives or projects that are coming up in the coming year. And based on that intake, we then go looking for media outlets and publications that will fit those aims based on the target demographic that would want their particular products or services. So we focus on really dialing in who you are and who you're trying to target, and then we typically put together a super long list. We kind of go to our existing database and see who we already know that may be a good fit. And then we go out and we build an even bigger list for your particular industry or your geographic area. And then we start contacting. So that's usually our approach.
Yeah, and Arias, I know you're a big believer in increased educational opportunities for entrepreneurs to succeed. So tell me about the importance of constantly educating entrepreneurs, and specifically Black entrepreneurs, because education is power in entrepreneurship. Would you agree with that?
I would. I think that that's one of those things that still has not caught up. There are more entrepreneurship programs now than there used to be. When I was growing up, there really weren't that many. There were few and far between at more of the prestigious and coveted universities. But luckily, you don't necessarily have to go to a university in order to get an education. There are plenty of accelerators. There are courses. There are certificates. There are mentorship programs. There are a lot of various alternatives, outside of the university system, to make sure that you are getting the information, you're getting the knowledge that you need. Many times the best way for you to learn, especially when it comes to business and entrepreneurship, is learning from someone who's already been down that path. And you'd be surprised how many people retired CEOs or C-level executives are willing to mentor and give guidance, for little to nothing.
Yeah, it's vitally important, my friend. And, I have two questions left. And the first has to do, Arias, there's a sign in my office that says life is a constant game of networking. And I believe it's the heartbeat of doing anything in business, my friend. So tell me about the importance of networking and what you've learned about some tips on how to start business conversations that could potentially maximize your potential as an entrepreneur, my friend. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. I actually just started a networking event. Last week was our first event, so we're going to be doing it every month. So, uh, networking is extremely important. There's that old adage that says your network is your net worth, or your net worth is your network. One of those. Your net worth is in your network. Yeah. So I believe that you can skip a lot of steps by having a robust network of people that can help you along, right? Whether that's just, hey, they happen to be connected to a lot of other people that, maybe new customers or vendors or investors, or just someone who can connect you to someone who can connect you to someone who can connect you to someone. Networking is critical because you never know the resources that are at your disposal until you actually get out and kind of shake some hands and kiss some babies. So it's critical in terms of how you should network and the things that you should do. One of the biggest things that I teach people, I used to teach this to when I was a sales manager. I used to teach this to my sales team. It's a acronym. It's called FORM, FORM. So when you meet someone, if you want to be seen as a great conversationalist, you start with the F, which is where you're from, or you ask them about their family. Hey, do you have a family? Are you married? Do you have kids? That type of stuff. Where are you from? Oh, you're from Dallas? Awesome. I've been to Dallas once. I went to a Dallas Cowboys game. Oh, you're from Pittsburgh? Oh, I hate the Steelers. Right? Whatever. Right? Just something to be able to establish some common ground. You move on to the O in form, which is occupation. Hey, man, what do you do? I'm in marketing. I'm in finance. What do you do? And kind of let them speak around that. R is for recreation. What do you do for fun? What do you do when you're not working? And then the M is for message. Once you figured out where they're from, or if they've got any family, what they do for a living, and what they do for fun or for recreation, well, then you hit them with their message if you find some kind of synergy or a way that you guys can collaborate.
Yeah, absolutely. My friend, I'm curious to ask you about what you do outside of work to sort of find your inner center. Arias, my birthday was last week, and I'm a big believer in self-reflection and sort of taking the space where you are and reflecting on how you can get better, my friend. So tell me about when you're away from the office and you want to reconnect with yourself. What emphasis do you place on self-reflection? How important is that to you, my friend?
Well, first off, happy belated birthday, my friend.
Thank you.
That is an accomplishment. Every single year that you see this beautiful life is one to celebrate. So happy birthday. Yeah. As far as things I like to do, I love snowboarding. So I snowboard, not as much as I would want to. Probably once every couple of years, I go snowboarding. I spend time with family, maybe have a glass of wine, and I do a lot of traveling. Traveling is probably my biggest thing that I do most often. I try to go to a couple different countries a year. I have a lifelong goal of stepping foot in every country on the planet before I die. Yeah, that's a big thing. And self-reflection is critical. You'd be surprised how many people don't take any time to sit and think about what they're doing or what they're going to do and what they've been able to accomplish, in a day, a week, a month, or a year. I do self-reflection every morning. It's part of my morning routine. So my first meeting isn't until 8 a.m. I'm usually up around 5:30, 6 to read and work out. I review my goals, and I also journal. That's my self-reflection time. I sit and think about the things that happened in the past day, and I also, reflect on the things that I want to manifest in the future. And it allows me to keep myself centered, keep me focused on the things that I say I want to accomplish, but also be focused and centered on the type of person and man that I want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess my final question for you has to do with life and legacy, my friend. So, if I told you I was going to throw you a lifetime achievement party at the end of your life, and I asked your best friends or those who knew you best, my friend, give a toast about your life and your legacy, my friend, how do you want them to define that, my friend?
I would want them to define that by saying that he was always willing to help. He was always willing to give of himself to help others achieve. I think that we forget in our pursuit of various goals and accolades to reach back and help others. And that's one of my big passions. It's why I started Launch Ignition. It's why I do marketing, right? I get to help people's dreams come true, and I get to help them build their businesses. Every business is a dream that somebody had. So yeah, if they were to give a toast of my lifetime achievement, I'd love for them to just say that I helped an enormous amount of people.
Absolutely, absolutely, my friend. And finally, tell me if people want to get connected with your marketing company or you personally, my friend, what's the best way they can do that?
Yeah, you can go to WebsterBerry.com, Webster like the dictionary, and then BERRY.com. That's my agency. We've got all kinds of services and things on there. If you want to get to me directly, you can look up Arias Web on any social media platforms, or you can go to my website, ariaswebsterberry.com. WebsterBerry, Webster like the dictionary, and BERRY.
Well, my friend, I have to tell you, I was inspired reading about your story, and I want to thank you for the inroads that you're making for Black entrepreneurs to be successful, and for engaging in conversation with me this afternoon. And I have to send a personal thank you, my friend, with the recording of our episode today, my friend, will surpass over 1,000 episodes for the podcast. So I want to thank you for being here and helping me to celebrate the milestone. It's most appreciated.
This was your 1,000th episode?
You're number 1,000, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
You have that title all to yourself, so congratulations.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It was a blast. You are doing the good work. You are asking questions and you're getting people information. And 1,000 episodes. Wow. You want to talk about dedication and giving of yourself? That's amazing.
Well, it's either a labor of love or insanity. So we'll go with either one of the two, okay?
We'll let history sort it out.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you for being here, my friend. It's most appreciated.
Thank you, Kevin.